Hello everyone, this is Mr. Buell. Today we're going to be talking about finding books on the shelves. Now, in past lessons we've been talking about the call numbers. Now the call numbers, if you do not recall, are the addresses of the books. They'll help us figure out where the books are supposed to be on the shelf. So when you're going into a library record to read where the book is, it will also include the call number to let us know where on the shelves we can locate it. So today we're going to be talking about how we're going to be finding books on the shelves, and we are going to be talking about just a review a little bit about how to use the call number system to help us figure out where certain books could be. Now to help us remember, I have the shelving game here. All right, so we're going to start off with our fiction section to help us figure out. So if you recall from the last few times we've done this together, when sorting fiction books, we're using as an alphabetical order or an ABC order. This means that we check the letters to see which one will come first in the alphabet. Now, what we do first is check the first letter to see which one comes first, second, third, and so on and so forth, depending on how many books we have. Now, if the first letter is the same, then we have to check of another book. Then we have to check the second letter to see which one is different, to see which one will come first. And if those two are the same, then we move on to the third. Now, in this case, it's very easy because, as you can see, each one starts with a different letter. So it pretty quickly shows us which one comes first, second, and third. Now, sorting fiction book can be easy if you know the alphabet. Now, when it comes to nonfiction call numbers or the Dewey Decimal System, what happens is that we use something similar. Now, we start with the numbers here to figure out which one will come first. So we go from the smallest numbers on the left to the biggest numbers on the right. Now, again, if you don't know the decimal places, don't worry. Just focus on the first numbers first to see which one is the smallest. Now, if you're interested in the decimal places, remember that everything before it is a full number and everything after it is only part of one number. So imagine if you had $15.32. It would be written out 15.32 to show us that you have 15 full dollars and 32 cents of $1. But again, my little technique of just going through to see which one's different can help you save a lot of time if you just focus on that one, figure out which one comes first. So in this case, 5 comes before everything else, 7 comes next, and 9 goes at the end. Now, remember, you check the letters first. So check the letters first for nonfiction books. And if they're exactly the same, then you move on to the letters to use the alphabetical order. But only if they're exactly the same. All right. So again, that's just a quick refresher on how we sort our fiction and our nonfiction books. Now, for this week, we have a worksheet where we are trying to find 10 different call numbers. And for each call number, we're supposed to do something different. So sometimes you have to draw around, scribble out, or highlight the tool. Now we're going to go through and talk about how this worksheet's put together and what you would have to do for each one for the tools. Now, scrolling down. So first sheet is going to be our directions. Second sheet has our fiction call numbers. So these are all in order. So from A all the way to Z. Now I like you to notice that for ones like this one, we have FBAK and FBAL. Now again, these two are almost the same except for that last letter. So in this case, the K will come before the L. So remember, we have to just use what we know about the order to help us figure out if we're looking for a fiction call number where it'll be located. Now, we have a few here, so like FROW. You would take that and look for the call number through here. So look for the R's, and then when you get to the R section, try to look for the O, and then W. And then we have our nonfiction call numbers, which are on the third sheet. And when you scroll down to the third sheet, you'll see we have 4 shelves here, going up in order from left to right, going all the way down to the last one, which is 978.98. So remember, we go from the smallest numbers to the biggest numbers. And this is because we want you to get practice on the shelves, that we are having them in a way that's similar to what we'd have on our shelves in the library. Now remember, some of them are very, very close together, so you need to read carefully to make sure you're getting the right number and the right letters, because some of them can have the same numbers. All right, now, again, you'll go through and you will start looking for all 10 of these. Now, to mark them down, we're going to use the tools in Kami to do that. Now, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to need to draw a rectangle, one's going to draw a triangle, and one's going to draw a circle. So one thing you can do is you can use the drawing tool to just do it by yourself, like this. Again, it does not have to be perfect as long as we understand what shape you're trying to do. And see, and square, and triangle. All right. Now, that's one way you can do it. You can also use the shapes tool if you just want to get it out and make it quick and easy. So again, we have a square, a circle, and a triangle that we can all use for these different call numbers. And if you need to just practice with them, you can either undo or you can erase. That's all you do. Now, for highlighting, what we can do is for markup. You go to markup and go to box highlighter. So much like with this rectangle, you can take and drag and make a box of a color. Now, you can change the colors up using the feature right underneath. We have them right here, or you can use more colors to help you get the right color that you want. And as long as it's a type of green, type of yellow, type of orange, as long as it's something like that, we'll be fine with it. So you don't have to worry about what specific little color palette here you want to go with. As long as it's as close as to the color we want you to do, then use that. And then finally, scribbling out. For one, you just take your drawing tool and you just make a mark over whichever call number you had marked down for scribble. And those are the tools that you will use. Now remember, read carefully, my friends, because some of the call numbers are very, very close to other ones that are similar. So you need to make sure you're getting the right ones and not being tricked, because that could happen when you come into the library and look on the shelves. You need to make sure you're looking for the right one. Okay, so good luck to all of you on this. And if you ever need any help, just let us know, and we'll try to do our best to get to you. You can email us, and we will try to get back as soon as possible. All right, have a good day, my friends, and we'll see you all later.